You hear a very kind of long kind of, and then just a followed by what sounds kind of like engines, kind of like a low hum, just kind of spooling up, and you start to feel kind of like a lurch as the submersible seems to get going. From the area that you guys are at, you can kind of see up in the front area, and you can make out what appears to be, the underside of the building that you're leaving, and you can see the, various lights of Tasmaya, and the, marine life, and the, various vehicles flying back and forth.
So this is what Tet would he would set him off if he saw this sight.
Talking to Modora.
I mean, coming down on the elevator, he was just pushed up against the back of that thing, just afraid to
Cannot get anywhere
crazy.
near the water.
The drop is considered a quite enjoyable experience.
I
was
enjoyed
pleasantly
it.
surprised by that. That was beautiful.
It's just little mouse fan doesn't like the deep water.
Well, I fear he is in for quite a journey, it seems.
He'll build character.
This certainly will.
He has to conquer his fears.
So you guys see through the viewport. You guys now head down one of the many very large kind of vent tunnels that connect to the outside of Tasmaya, and it opens up eventually outside this titanic mountain that Tasmaya is built under, and you see just kind of as it quickly kind of the last kind of guiding beacons for the entrance kind of fade from view. There's just this pitch black extended in front of you. You see the viewport actually now kind of closes off, and for a while it's this kind of very dim light from the above lights, and you see now the kind of like poof, 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 kind of like snapping on are several lights inside, and you see kind of Theta 3 kind of working on the console, and you see kind of like a weird shimmer, and all of a sudden it looks like there's a holographic display of the ocean floor, and they start to kind of get everything in order, and Chase kind of stands up, and he taps Theta 3 on the shoulder and walks back to you guys. Well, we've exited the Tasmaya Vent City Dome, and it's going to be a couple hours before we can reach the edges of the area around Abyss Station. What's going on with him?
Oh, he's fine. He's napping this trip. Yeah,
Well, let's
Sleeping through the stress.
trust me. I think Theta 3 will appreciate what we just did.
I'm sure he probably will. It's probably not a bad idea if you catch a little bit of rest.
Sure.
You guys look a little fatigued from your time here, but just be ready. We'll reach our destination in about 8 hours, 10 hours, somewhere in there.
All right. Thanks for the update.
Nods. Well, if you guys need anything, just let me know. And he walks back up to the cockpit area.
Will do.
Should we come up with a game plan, guys?
I think first we should maybe try to wake up Ted.
Maybe when we're a little bit closer.
It was like
So
15
this
minutes ago, I was just
kind of-
injected with heavy sedatives, like,
Yeah, this is
and
kind
a
of
much larger dose than necessary.
Kind of
only
a
15
mod.
minutes have passed?
This is it's
I'll
about
just
about
get
like
going, yeah.
15,
I'd
half
like-
an hour. It's,
Yeah.
Never mind.
it's
We
not
can
been a
still
long time.
Yeah.
It's
He's
it's,
gotta take a little snooze.
right. So this is more. My question was more of over the span of travel time. Is there anything you wanted to do in particular, or
I guess just meditate on the mysteries of the galaxy.
That sounds like fun.
deep as fuck, man?
One step at a time. Here.
Well, slow down.
Just check that off for the list for today. Good job.
Yep.
Uncover some mysteries. There we go.
Took a nap. There we go.
Check.
Pondered existence. Check.
All right. So pondering the mysteries of the universe. You know, that could take a minute. So
I'm gonna ask Godot something after you
I-
want to do something.
I fart a couple times in my sleep.
I was gonna say anything non-voluntary, or more specifically, does Buzz do anything in that time?
Gets work done.
It's work time?
He in a similar vein, but in a very different method, does exactly what Soren is doing and ponders the mysteries of the universe, but through algorithms and logic and numbers.
Mathematics.
Yeah, he's just like basically number crunching, but he thinks that he's like being existential.
If 2 equals
Carry the 4.
1 plus 1.
Yeah, and with
Sine and cosine.
Tet leaning forward,
Xenu.
you know, he's kind of like really like leaning against the harnesses. You can see Buzz kind of like, you see Buzz's two like, Jesus. You guys gonna be okay?
I've had a cold. Pardon me.
You see Buzz's actuator arms kind of like come out, and he's just kind of like, you know, you see him like tapping where you wouldn't think a chin might be, and he's just like,
And for him to do that,
here's it.
he's had to push me forward. So
Yeah,
I'm now like,
yeah. That's where it is. Like about an hour in, you see just kind of like the slight stirrings of Tet, but no, it's just these tiny little mechanical arms slowly kind of pushing him forward, and he like slumps forward, and
being suspended by the
yeah,
straps.
Yeah, and now there's some unceremonious kind of drool action as you see just the slight of drool kind of like pattering against the ground.
Projected from him.
I was gonna look at if I should equip him with any different mods, but he can't even be like off my back down underwater. He's pretty much just there
So
for support.
the
Extra pair of hands.
dual approaches on pondering mysteries of the universe are for those two. What are you two doing?
I'm just gonna talk in telepathy to Skada.
Yeah.
So, how would you tell me how you and Tet met?
I mean, Tet met?
Yeah. How does Lashunta meet a Isoki? You guys are complete polar opposites.
Yeah. I mean, I was, just decided to make the move over to, fucking, what's its
The
dates?
fucking Yosokis.
Akaton.
Oh, your homeworld?
Or
Or just where you reside?
Yeah, that's where we're based out of. That's where he's from. Yeah, I just resettled there and through a couple random meetings and jobs, we kind of formed a partnership, a friendship. Strong.
So it's not like a life debt kind of thing? You save his
It's
life?
a true partnership.
Okay. Because I know that's a thing in
Yeah.
some cultures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. No life debts. We're just homies.
What are some of the jobs you've been on?
I mean,
All above board? Nothing too shady?
it's not the most above board, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's all illegal or anything. You know, some information gathering here, some reallocation of goods and funds here.
All on Akaton? Nowhere else?
I mean, it's but mostly.
Mostly Akaton?
Yeah.
You never travel?
No reason to really. There's plenty of corruption and skullduggery and tomfoolery going on Akaton to keep us busy.
I've never been there. Is it a nice place?
No.
Is it good for, money?
It's good. It's also bad for money.
Yeah.
What kind of money are you making?
Yeah, I mean, there's not many clean dollars out there. Clean fundages on Akaton.
Just trying to get a sense of, people's history before we wound up on that ship.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
What'd you do with your life?
that's a big question for me.
How old are you?
How old am I? I would say I'm in my. Well, Sheeran's, you know, we roughly live to be about 50, 60 maybe.
Okay.
I'm in my 40s.
All right. Well, over the hill.
I've,
Almost under the hill.
I was born on varices, you know, how Sheerans are born in incubators.
One of them
Incubator.
imagines Soren saying in their mind.
I forgot you guys were talking in our heads, yeah.
Like, they're just sitting here, and then just imagine a laugh track, like, ha ha ha! Like, that's what's happening in their minds. But
I like
we're all
the-
just like,
I like to think of it as Skadad just kind of like, as he's laughing mentally, he kind of looks at Soren. He's like, and kind of gives you like an eyebrow raised kind of like look, and you're just like,
What does that mean?
what?
what'd I do?
And he kind of just goes back to like looking just straight forward. And you're just like, what?
I was born ready.
It's like somebody who's just been
Broke my
staring straight ahead of
concentration.
on the bus for 15 minutes, all of a sudden looks over at you, winks, and then just continues to stare straight ahead the rest of the time.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
That's some kind of deal. Well, I was,
Yes.
I think I told you I was born in varices, right?
Yep.
You might have known. That's where Sheerans are primarily from, which is kind of hospitable if you like either really, really drastic changes in temperature.
Yeah.
I was born in an incubator nest, and they kind of bred me to be. Nice. They bred me, and they kind of manipulated me to be, you know, an elite expert of operative tactics.
Right.
So I was their go-to person to infiltrate or information gather on businesses and a bunch of different stuff.
Share similarities there.
Yeah? Well, I'm an outlaw on my planet now.
Must be us too.
Oh, you are now?
I was born an outlaw.
You were? You seem to be born in a
A lot of things, man. Yep.
That's why he was born.
Yeah, dude.
You were
And
born.
so Skadar was born.
I think
Outlaw
that's
by
gonna
nature.
be on your epitaph. Skada was born.
Was born. ...
Like ellipses. Just
Okay.
waiting for the next thing to be.
He was born dead. I was born dead.
Next thing you know, he's waking up dead.
Can't explain that. It just makes sense.
Shook his hand and he
Caught a good old case of the dead.
Get better though.
uh,